recent male VTuber drama. I think this would probably be like overall, right? This is why we're nerfed, guys. Chat, this is why we're nerfed. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
There is a problem. At least that's what some VTubers on Twitter have been implying with their recent tweets. And as a male VTuber, I know that historically men in the VTubing space have not had the best reputation in the community, even amongst fans. So why is that the case, and what exactly is the problem with male VTubers that people seem to have?
Okay.
That's what we'll discuss today, but first,
let's go.
Let's get some context.
Let's
on
jump
the
in.
situation. Due to the demographics of the typical VTubing audience,
Let's jump
male
in.
VTubers aren't exactly in as much demand as their female counterparts.
Yup.
Though this has exceptions, of course, with a few needy Sanji talent coming to mind immediately, I feel there definitely is a skew of interest towards female creators in the space. However, that's not to say it's easier to be a female VTuber, because at the end of the day, you still have to be entertaining regardless of gender in order to retain an audience.
Okay.
So there are some issues which are unique to male VTubers in regard to how they're perceived by viewers and fellow creators. On the side of the viewers, you have some diehard unicorns who aren't too fond of male VTubers. What's a unicorn, you may ask? Well, it's members of the community who get upset when their favorite female VTuber.
Hold on, let me see this shit. Let me see this. The term unicorns in the context of an audience refers to highly dedicated and parasocial fans willing to spend money, time, and energy supporting their favorite content creator. They prefer their favorite creator stay away from interacting or collaborating with men in any capacity. RIP to like 90% of the space.
And a subject discussed in this video, which you can find linked in the description below. This distaste of these collaborations.
Wait, that's kind of like the K-pop industry, no? As soon as you find out that a fucking mother trucking one of your favorite artists or your favorite bias has started dating someone, everyone is going into flames. Everyone's going to fire, bro.
To range from I'm simply refusing to watch the collab stream to whatever the fuck is going on in this screenshot. Needless to say, there are viewers who aren't too fond of male VTubers in the space. While some viewers choose just not to watch them, others actively loathe their existence, such as the anti-Hollow Tempest crowd. On the other end, we have a handful of VTubers who aren't too fond of the men in the space,
We're nerfed.
who we'll mainly be focusing on today. See, male VTubers as a group have been under
Wait, is it a
fire
giant
lately from their fellow
cockroach?
creators due to some of them engaging in weird or
Cockroaches don't die, guys. Cockroaches don't fucking die unless you burn them.
predatory behaviors toward their female colleagues. While I can't think of any exact examples at the moment, I'm sure it happens and is a legitimate problem given how likewise some fans can also engage in predatory behavior towards female VTubers.
Alright, hot take. I prefer Catan over Monopoly. Just saying.
But herein lies the problem. You notice how I said some of them earlier? Well, to no surprise to anyone, Twitter seems to lack the nuance to recognize that this isn't a large or even majority of male VTubers who are like this. Thus, a lot of tweets have come out over generalizing the problem of male VTubers as if they can't understand how generalizations of a group or demographic can be a bad thing. The most notable of these tweets being the one which compared male VTubers to, and I shit you not, in a pretty disgusting way after someone dared to...
Wait, what is this? What is this? What is this? Wait a minute. Making a male VTuber support group. Just like a moment, just at the moment where women express their feelings and experiences is crazy. Y'all need to chill. And I get a bit of reading comprehension of... Check this below. Not all men. For example, we say, be careful. Oh my god.
Suggest the idea of making a male VTuber support group. Well, I can't seem to understand how someone can engage in the optical nightmare that is comparing men to disease-bringing bugs. I think you can see
we're a bug!
Of course, not every tweet was this bad. Some were more tame, like the one which just called out male VTubers for apparently acting like they were in a harem or romance anime. Or this one which stated male VTubers like to have e-sex with their female viewers.
Oh my god, bro.
Reasonable as the fact is, most male VTubers are not in fact predatory or sex pests. But apparently stating that means I'm telling on myself.
Oh, you hold on. That shit just popped up so fast. Hold on. Most male VTubers are not bad. Question mark?
Or sex pest. But apparently stating that means I'm...
All you men trying to defend yourselves from this, here's a news flash. You're telling on yourselves. Let it go and grow up. That's crazy. I didn't even know this shit even existed. I'm gonna be for real. You feel?
Telling on myself, even though
this is what happens when you you're on fucking Twitter every day. And that's one of the social media platforms that I do not use the most of. I'll probably use it like once or twice a week.
DMs are drier than sandpaper. Putting my loneliness aside, Overgeneralizations like this are not only annoying, but also very harmful. Fellow male VTuber Rad spoke on Twitter about being a male victim of sexual assault, and it made him personally feel unheard by the community when people claimed this idea that most male VTubers are harmful in this way. To be vulnerable for a moment,
That's a
as
lot.
someone who has dealt with
I wish
SA
they
in
just
my
gave
own
a,
life, it's frankly
I go,
disappointing to see people make light of the severity of such claims
wish it
when
was a
talking so
TLDR.
broadly about male VTubers as a group. But according to this lovely commenter,
Holy
who has yet to see a female
shit.
cross their boundaries, I guess my experience means very little. Regardless, this gets to the heart of this video, which is that male VTubers are somewhat between a rock and a hard place. While I'm not going to generalize like these people and say that the community as a whole is unwelcoming to male VTubers, because I have had mostly positive experiences with my fellow creators in the
Shout out
space,
to all
there are
my female
undoubtedly a handful
VTuber
of
friends
people who
on
make
God. Yo, shout out to all my female VTuber friends. Shout out to my V-Sibs. Shout out to my VTuber guy friends. Yo, it's been... Honestly, for me personally, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. As long as I stay away, as long as you stay away from the drama, it's not that bad. I guess that goes for everything. And like, in a sense of a hobby. There's always a hobby out there that will have toxic, some sort of toxicity somewhere. And if you just stay away from it, unfortunately, some of it will come to you if you try to stay with it. And unfortunately, if it happens, if the time happens, it happens. We'll get to it eventually.
us feel unwelcome when they compare us to things like literal ticks. I mean, like, come on. Thankfully, there were a lot of female creators who came out to show support for male VTubers.
Yes!
Poker became the hot topic of the week.
Let's
But
go!
of course, they received comments calling them pick-me's and attention-seeking for daring to disagree with the notion that generalizations about a group are bad. I look
Goddamn.
at this from a more charitable perspective to the other side of the argument. I understand how some of them may have not meant every single male VTuber in their tweets. I think it's fair to say that some of us do make generalizations when we don't really mean it sometimes. But I think it's fair to also assume that when you're vague posting about an entire group, that some people a part of that group aren't going to take kindly to such harsh comments if you aren't clear. Not to mention the fact that it's kind of hard to be charitable when there are most definitely some VTubers who looked at those tweets and thought, yeah, someone agrees with me that most men in the community
Male
are garbage," or
VTubers should not
whatever else they
exist.
may
Hot
have.
take. Oh, wait. Oh, no, bro. No. Oh, my God. That's crazy. We're nerfed. RIP me. Oh, well.
The tweets in general just come off as passive-aggressive and lack the nuance necessary to have a productive conversation on the actual problems in the VTubing community. While I understand and know for a fact that a lot of female VTubers have had their fair share of bad experiences with men both on the creator and viewer side, we need to understand that the annoying or harmful few don't tell you much about the entire group, and this sort of generalization about any other group would rightfully be called out, but for some reason some people let it slide on the discussion of men. But I digress. While there is a real and genuine conversation we could be having about bad actors in the community, instead we're caught up in this
I love his
generalization
videos.
issue which gets us nowhere. I'm sure most male VTubers
I love his
would
videos
prefer their
too.
spaces cleaner
Yo, the
than
news,
harmful
the
actors as
VTuber
much as the
news is
next
crazy.
person. But
I
if
haven't
you
been
wanna
keeping
paint
up
them
to
as
date
the
though,
enemy,
as of late.
no one and damages a lot of innocent people. That being said, let me know what you guys think about male VTubers in the comments. Hate them,
Wait, is
love
that
them,
it?
or indifferent to their
Oh, that's all.
existence.
That's
You think
all.
I'm missing the point, or do you agree with my objectively correct opinion? Jokes aside, do feel free to let me know what you guys think.